Vice President Dr. Bharrat Jagdeo led the consultation on Tuesday at the Ortajung Conference Center, where he noted that the government was consulting at the national level to test the sensibility of proposed ideas on a physical redesign of drainage and irrigation systems in 4 coastal regions, regions 2, 3, 5, and 6. It will be followed by feasibility studies to address other economic and social impacts. The government will subsequently implement plans to tackle the peculiar drainage issues in each region and secure funding to support its plans. According to Jagdeo, it was important to get citizens on board early to allow for support of the process through feedback from the grassroots level.
But I think this is not just about dealing with water. It's how do we open up more lands to make more lands less prone to flooding. So it's a bigger vision behind it. And secondly, this is not going to happen tomorrow. We have to first of all plan it, design it, study it, then raise the money for it. We can't afford all of this now. So this is a multi-year plan that we are talking about. So not because you see it here next year, this will all be in the budget. We now have to sit down and try to raise the financing and then do it over time. So because if our country doesn't plan for the future, then we're caught flat-footed.
Jagdeo said the new system will address the large accumulation of water during short rainy periods and the consequential loss of crops and livestock during flooding. Chairman of the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority (NDIA) Lionel Wordsworth said there is currently a proposal from stakeholders in Region 2 where the mighty Pomeroon River runs to install gates at several channels connected to the river. That will allow for controlling the flow of water that exits lands into the river. This proposal was recently submitted to the government, but there were several other better studied proposals from Regions 3, 5, and 6. In Region 3, where the canal's polder is located, there is a proposal to upgrade and resize the channel between Canal 1 and 2, making it a third channel that will now run from the Conservancy with a discharge directly into the Demerara River. In Region 5, Wordsworth said there are 3 major outlets, one at the Mahaica River, one at Cottage, and another at the Maikoni River. The proposal is to rehabilitate the Mahaica Creek embankment and upgrade existing channels to take water directly into the Atlantic Ocean. There will also be the creation of new outlets with increased pump and drainage capacity, with specific emphasis on the Baibu Canal. Wordsworth said the drainage capacity between Maikoni and the Barrow remains inadequate, and more drainage will be added, while a flood embankment will be constructed. Meanwhile, for Region 6, emphasis will be placed on the Kanji Creek with plans to construct a flood embankment on the West Bank Creek, traversing from number 66 Creek to Kanji, then to number 55 Main Drain at Maibikuri, and finally onto Brotherston Irrigation Canal.
We have done some more analysis on this to inform the decision, but this is only initial. We still have to capture greater data set to study it in greater detail.
During feedback from those present, there was an abundance of suggestions for government to continue to look at short-term relief efforts while it seeks to address the major issues with the drainage systems. The government has already announced plans to do just that, along with dredging the mouths of several main rivers in Guyana. Jagdeo had to also assure residents that government will continue to address secondary drainage channels by keeping them clean and accessible. For the newsroom, Kurt Campbell.